All right, here we go, guys. On the 5.9, I'm sure 5.2s and the 4.0s are similar. On the 98 model, the airbox that controls all of your doors, your ductwork and all that, has a drain in the bottom. That drain, instead of looking like this, which I made this piece here and reran the hose, you have this in place of that. Now, it goes right there. I took one of those cutoff tools that vibrates, actually just goes back and forth really fast, and you can cut plastic with it. Makes beautiful cuts. It's pretty clean, a little noisy. Those things they vibrate pretty quick. That's what I used to cut this, trying to figure out why we had so much water coming off the air conditioner that it was puddled up above the carpet line. And on a 5.9, that's a lot because the carpet is so thick, and it's, you know, sound deadener and insulation as well. So we're going to just fix this, maybe blow the drain line out or whatever. Come to find out, there's no drain line to blow out, to clean out. This in here, your water drips down into here and then runs out this only, no hose on the end of that. This water drips directly into your U channel of your body, which is part of your frame. So I guess Jeep was being really brilliant in one of their ideas here, is to let's drain all the air conditioning water into the frame where you can't see it, so we can rust the frame out on the vehicle right about where your right top control arm is. Go figure. So all that water goes in there, and it can run down the chassis and run out down here, but we all know how debris finds its way in there and how that's probably why there's so many rusted chassis from the inside on some of these Jeeps. So once I figured that out, this gasket was what the problem was. The problem with that is you cannot get this gasket replaced that I found without taking the dash out and this whole air box out, which you have to evacuate your air conditioner, you have to drain your antifreeze and everything else. It is just unbelievable that they would make it this stupid to start with. And Jeep did a really stupid thing. I don't know who the engineer was on this, but he should have been fired. There's no way to get this off. This gasket is a soft, it's like a neoprene type, but I'm not sure if it is neoprene. Very soft gasket. They work real well for a while until they break down and quit working. Well, it'd been okay if you could have just taken this off and popped a new gasket on it and then put it back in there, but you still haven't fixed the problem of it draining into the channel of the chassis, which you cannot get to. So anyway, this is the dumbest thing ever. This thing had just a flat cap. We drilled the hole in here to try to figure out what was going on. I've heard some of them do have a hole drilled here for clean out maybe. But anyway, I can't believe how incredibly stupid it is, the way this thing was designed and assembled to drain the water right in the chassis channel. Go figure. So my fix was to come up with a new box, which I made this one, and I could show you how to make it, but that would be a long video. It's all 80 thousandths aluminum, 3000 series. It's bendable. I put nut certs where these brass screws are. I got stainless steel Allen cap screws to hold the Lexan from the two ends. The reason I went Lexan here because I wanted to be able to see it if there was any trash or debris in it. I made this front door come off so I could vacuum it out if I needed to, or run something down the line to clean the line out if the line gets clogged. It's a 5/16 screw in NPT. It's a 5/16 on 1/8 NPT, but the hole is 5/16 all the way through. And I put 3/8 tubing and just slid that over it since it's not high pressure or anything. I wanted to be able to get it off if necessary. Put this clamp on here just to hold it so people with their feet, you know how it goes, doesn't get pushed all around. We ran it from here, fastened it here, came down, ran under this channel, which is just a wire trough, or not a trough, but a protector for your wires. Ran it down here and then put a 90-degree 1/4-inch NPT bottom, 3/8 barb, just a single barb, not a multi-barb right here, because the multi-barbs are really hard to get off. Anyway, it's just single barb, and it's a 3/8 here, and we slid that hose over this. That gives me a direct flow of water from the bottom of my AC box through the rubber hose, just completely unrestricted. Nice mellow radiuses. The water came out. In fact, it was it was kind of funny. We started it up a few minutes ago, turned it on. Now when you're running your blower fan, this becomes a high pressure area right here, because you're sending a lot of air into this box. The box, it's static pressure. So the static pressure is enough to blow through this line, and you can feel it underneath where I dumped it underneath the Jeep. So it's, we couldn't see, we ran it for what, 15 minutes? We ran this thing for 15 minutes, didn't see a drop of water come off of the air conditioner anywhere. And I'm thinking, that's odd. So I looked at it this way and that way and every which way you could look at it. And where's the water going? Well, then I stuck my hand underneath where I put this fitting, and I'll show you what we did. We've got that 90 I just described there. And here is now where the water's coming out. It's now we can clean it out. I used a brass washer so it wouldn't rust. I've got a stainless coupling. It's an NPT coupling, 1/4 inch, that I used a big washer and put the Lexol sealer on it, the sealant from hell, and tightened it up on the 90 that's above the piece where you just saw it. And after a few minutes, this was the trail of tears. I'll say that, and I'm not joking. I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, that's the trail of water. And you can see it coming out right now. That's how much water comes out of that thing. It was so bad that you couldn't even drive it with the air on. There was so much water coming out of it. And that's after like 10, it might have been 10 minutes. It might have been 10, 15 minutes. So if you guys have a similar problem with your ZJ, I'm assuming most of these were about the same. That's the way I fixed it. I just got rid of the problem altogether and fixed it to where I can just clear the line out anytime I want to from here on out. Yeah, we're dynamatting the floorboard of the 5.9 everywhere the factory didn't, which is probably about 50% of the floorboard. And but they did use a really thick carpet in it. We're going back with a rubber vinyl over top. We'll show you what we end up with when we get that part done. But that to me was the easiest, most logical fix, to have a clean out and be able to push, not only to clean out at the bottom of the AC box, but be able to clean the hose out and make that a whole lot easier right there. So anyway, I know there's probably better ways and easier ways. Some of you guys may have been able to fix it. You could probably caulk around the lower portion. The way this is stuck through there, you could probably do that. It just, if I didn't cut this thing all up, I mean, you could probably somehow dig some of that crap out of there and put some of the Lexol and other sealants around it, and it'd probably get you by for a while. It'd be a whole lot easier than doing it this way, because this way, oh yeah, forgot to tell you, behind there is the original hole that this went through. So I covered that up with some Dynamat, used 2 more layers and a piece of another piece of 80 thousandths aluminum. I pop riveted to cover that hole up, and then I screwed this to this piece here instead of screwing into the plastic. And that's, again, the Lexol is all around this unit up here, so it really wasn't bad. It took a long time to figure out how to get the angles right and get this piece here done. I mean, that was a all day, I say all day affair. It really wasn't all day, but it took a little while. And gotta have a little, some hand tools. A brake, sheet metal brake comes in handy. But anyway, that's it. And if you guys have I'm sure lots of people have done this, and people have had wet floorboards before, wondering where it's came from. I have no idea what, if you took it to somebody for them to fix, no idea what they did. But I do know one thing: if you still have this, you still have water going into your chassis, the stiffening part of your chassis, rusting it from the inside out. That's it.